So today I'm going to do a video tutorial on banana. Yeah, banana, not the fruit, but the makeup. So in my last video, you guys asked me a little bit more about the powder that I was using under my eyes, and I'd mentioned I was using a banana powder to set my makeup. So I thought, what a perfect next video to do. So kind of just getting into what banana powder is all about. So originally it was developed as a setting powder to give a more flawless finish, absorb excess oil and reduce the appearance of lines under the eyes. And it's a very, very fine powder. It's also known as baking powder, not baking powder in the cooking sense, but baking powder. So I'm going to just show you the one that I'm going to use today, and this one is by Revolution, and the shade I have is Banana Deep. My one is from Superdrug and it retails for just under £6, and there's about 7 shades that you can buy. It goes from translucent all the way to like a deep orange color. So you know, you do have to just kind of test it out and see what works well with your skin. Now, when the banana powder first came out, the tutorials that I was seeing, and when I tried it a few years back now, was to apply the banana setting powder underneath the eyes. Kind of as soon as you've done your foundation, you apply the powder and then you just leave the powder as it is until you've finished your full makeup. It's been a few years for me using the powder, and how I use the powder has actually changed over time. So before, when I was able to just kind of put the powder, set it under my eyes and leave it there for like 10 to 15 minutes, I can't do that any longer. As you get older, you know, I've mentioned this in my other tutorial, that your skin does lose its oil elements, and so you can't really leave the powder on for that long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to apply the powder and talk you through kind of some of the reasons why. What I'm going to do is just going to empty out a little bit in the lid, and you can use any sponge or brush, and I'm just gonna put this on a sponge and then just start applying under the eye. So as you can see, it does stand out quite a bit. Now, just to let you know, I've already prepped my skin with foundation. So I've got my foundation on, and I just have not applied any finishing powder. So I thought I'd do this on the tutorial. So looks quite yellowy, doesn't it? So again, like I said, you know, they do say that you should leave this on until you finish doing all of your makeup. Now, I definitely don't do that anymore, because as soon as I leave it on for a little bit longer than a minute, it starts to dry into my skin, and it actually makes my eyes underneath look dry and dehydrated, even though they're not. So it doesn't sit as well as it used to a couple of years ago. So a few years ago, I would probably leave it on for a lot longer until I've done my whole makeup and then brush the excess powder off. Now, with age, my advice is, when you're using these kind of powders, is as soon as you apply them, just brush off the excess. So I'm going to use my lovelies contour and highlight brush and just kind of brush off any of the excess powder. Now, the whole purpose of putting the setting powder on under the eyes as well is that it, you know, it's a part of your face where the natural light will reflect. So when you're taking pictures, you know, there's always that kind of area around here and around here where, you know, camera will catch the light better, and what it does is it then emphasizes that a little bit more. The other parts of your faces look more contoured. So again, even if you're not using an actual contour, just by using the baked powder sometimes can help you get that more of a contoured finish if you're wearing a blusher. In terms of what that would look like, I'm going to use the Hoola Caramel blush and just apply it on my cheeks with my lovelies contour brush, just to show you how you can get the definition. So I've obviously already applied the powder, and now I'm just literally blending in the contour using a bronzer. And this is a really good bronzer. It's the light version, so the shade that I'm using is caramel, and you really, again, you don't need too much of it. As you can see now, I've got quite a nice glow from it looking light there, and then using the bronzer it started to look darker. So you've just got definition basically to your face. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and then just blend. So as you can see, underneath my eyes, there is now a lighter shade reflecting, and it's actually just helping my bronzer stand out that much more as well, and it just gives your face a lot more definition. Now, just another tip, if you want to, you can also apply this bronzer at the top just to give you that much more definition. So I'm just going to, and what this does, it just gives you that healthy glow. One of the things I will definitely mention is that you can apply the baking powder. This, you can apply it here as well. I'm actually going to do it, so that will be easier for you to see. So all you do is kind of like a, okay, and then just blend it in. So this is the finished look. It just gives you that much of a flawless finish to your makeup. Again, I have not applied the banana powder all over my face. I have literally just applied it kind of here, here, and then under the eyes. And again, don't leave it on for too long, because you know it can have a tendency to just make your eyes look dehydrated and dry and flaky, especially if you're older like me. Obviously, if you've got super oily skin, then you don't have to worry so much about it kind of creasing and causing a dry look, so you'll be fine. But generally, I would say as soon as you've applied it, you know, within a minute, kind of just brush off and blend in any excess powder. If you don't want to go for a full contour look, don't want to use any really heavy contouring products, but you do want to get a look where, you know, your face has got definition, you know, I definitely would recommend the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. This one again is caramel, and it just gives your skin that much of a glow and a contrast between your powder and your bronzer, and it just gives your face a bit more definition. And again, I applied it on my cheekbones, but I also applied it just very lightly, blending it where my hairline is, just creating those shadows to give the appearance of a more structured, chiseled, maybe I could say, chiseled, not so chiseled, but trying chiseled look to your face. I'm not an obsessive contouring kind of person, but if you do want to get a subtle version of that look, then, you know, I definitely would recommend, you know, these two. They definitely do the trick. You know, if you're looking to try a setting powder for underneath your eyes, I would definitely recommend to start with the Revolution one. So you can probably find one that's going to suit your skin, and they're just under £6, so definitely, you know, not super expensive if you want to try something out and see if, you know, setting powders are for you. So the purpose of this powder is to give you a more flawless look, give you the appearance of a fresh look. It's designed to kind of hide discoloration as well under the eyes. I definitely have discoloration under my eyes. I have quite dark circles, so it definitely works well for me at least. And I definitely recommend trying it. You know, you can't go wrong for £6. So yeah, thumbs up for banana powders, and they last forever. That's one thing I'm going to mention is, you know, you feel like you're wasting a lot of it because you're applying quite a lot of it under your eyes, and then you're brushing the excess off, and it feels like a bit of a waste. But the actual powder, even though it's not a big pot, it does last for quite a long time, so you're definitely going to get your money's worth out of it. I'm going to provide a link below to where you can get the powder from, and the price and everything that I've covered in the tutorial. I'm also going to put a link to where you can buy the brushes from if you're interested, and I would really appreciate your thoughts and feedback. If you do go out and buy, you know, the powder and you try it, I'd love to hear how you got on with it and how it worked for your skin, or even if it didn't work, I still want to know. So, you know, definitely please, if you like the video, leave your comments below. Definitely helps me and definitely inspires me to do more videos. I guess I will see you in the next video. Thanks.